Hi everyone, it's me Ryan here. Today we'll be taking a look at this. Over here is my $240 gaming PC which I built quite a few days back from filming this video. It's basically a whole bunch of used parts from different systems. Once a complete system, then just getting individual parts to upgrade it. And with that, let's dive right in with the specifications. Let's go.
So, for specifications, it has an i3 7100, 8 gigs of Kingston 1600 MHz RAM DDR3, 500 watt Cooler Master power supply, the ASRock H110M HDS motherboard with 200 gig OCZ SSD and RX 480 4 gig, housed in the Cooler Master Lite 344 USB casing. So, out of all the components mentioned over here, the CPU, motherboard, and power supply with the case all came as a set, purchased for $115. The 200 gig SSD was purchased for 40 SGD, and the GPU was 85. All of these items were purchased on Carousel, and after some negotiations with different sellers, which all came through to give me this final build price of $240, which is actually quite good. Now for $240, there's some work that needed to be done in the system before I can throw in the new graphics card and the SSD. First of all, the CPU cooler was loosely mounted, so when I first booted the system, it wouldn't want to boot, so I started to clear the CMOS, due to the fact that probably the previous owner had to take out the GPU and maybe mess with some of the settings. So once I've re-pasted the CPU cooler and installed it, the system posted just fine. It was also easily filled with a year's worth of dust, so it just needed a bit of dusting and it was all sorted. All I needed to do is just pop in the graphics card and then the SSD, and it was all done. Now for gaming performance with the RX 480, it is quite a decent card for 1080p gaming. So in Csgo with all medium settings with x4 MXAA, it achieved a roughly 180 FPS on average. Though for Cinebench R20, you can tell that the CPU isn't very strong here, being an i3. So it gets close to about 1015 on Cinebench R20. However, in the CPU and GPU benchmark, such as 3D Mark, it scored 3755. It's not that bad, as I only just paid $240 for this entire PC total. So from the benchmarks, you can see the system is actually quite decent for 1080p, 144Hz or 60Hz gaming. It's able to achieve more than 144Hz constantly without any frame drops. So this would be ideal for such a monitor that has an ideally 144Hz refresh rate to give you a competitive advantage for games such as Csgo and Fortnite, which are both FPS first-person shooter games. Paired with an SSD that makes the system feel a lot snappier compared to other budget systems with a hard drive in 2020, which makes navigating the entire system a joy.
So if you've looked at this now and you're thinking of building your own gaming PC in the future, just make sure that you test the components on hand. If let's say you want to test an SSD, just download this tool called Crystal Disk Info, and it will tell you about the SSD, whether it's good or HD tuned. Just make sure the hardware, let's say hardware like graphics cards or what, you can't really test them on the spot. So for those type of items, you probably want to have some sort of warranty with the person. If let's say you feel a bit like skeptical and don't really want to buy it, what you can do also is you can buy brand new instead of second hand. Yes, that will make sure the product is good and it will work because it has warranty, but you are gonna pay a bit higher because now you're paying the price before depreciation. I mean, if you liked it, feel free to hit the like button or the dislike button, it's up to you. And consider subscribing, it's free too. And with that, peace out and good luck for your next PC build. Bye.